Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play HOI4 Kaiserreich, the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Let us continue on the last left off. So, Russia currently is at war with Turkestan. As you may notice, Turkestan does not actually share a border with the Russians at all, so I'm not too sure why they would focus on Turkestan first and not the Alash Order, the people they actually share a border with. But I don't know, I'm not Russian, so maybe there's some other grand plan there that I'm not too aware of. The United Baltic Duchy is looking pretty good. Finland and Sweden are in the Reichspakt. They should be able to pretty easily defeat Norway once the war actually begins, which we're still about a year off. Lost our penalties, which is good. What do we want to do after this? Probably we want to go on the offensive, a mobile army. Playing XP plus 10%. Light tank models. Auto supply and supply consumption. Not terrible. Division speed plus 10%. I mean, like, just going faster is always nice. Replace Russian mobilization with war economy. Replace this by service by with. Like, actually, that's kind of bad for us. A lot of bad penalties. So you might not even be able to get the economic rationing until sometime far into the future, whenever we actually need service by requirement. Because we do want this still. We still want the research slot, which means that we have to kind of take service by requirement, which honestly hurts us. Lithuanian, the Polish fleet, I don't care about that too much. The Air Force, of course, is a little bit more important. Like, we could just attack Russia early. Like, if we want to attack the Russians, it's up to us to do so. Like, we could... Why is Russia also these territories? I have no idea. Unless you're giving military access to the Russians. You are. That seems like a really dumb thing for you to do. Anyways. Like, how many troops does Russia have? 43 to 134. We have 85. So they probably have more troops than our entire army does, unfortunately. Part of the Russian alliance. Is anybody else actually within that faction? The answer is no. They're just kind of in it by themselves. But I'm sure other people will eventually be joining it. But I'm thinking... Could we defeat Russia in a year and a bit? In order to kill Russia, have them join the Reichspakt, and then use our combined force to push against the Internationale? Or is that opening us up to a two-front war way, way, way too early? And in the long run, will screw us over? That I'm not too sure about. I do not know. Like, if Russia ends up a war like to the Japanese, then I think it's in our best interest to attack the Russians. But that does leave an entire front line potentially exposed to the French. Not the Italians so much, or the British, or Norway, but really just this front line with France. You know, it is something that we have to consider. Okay, so you guys have won your war, which is nice. How long does this take? It is a 21-day focus, so that's pretty fast. Like, it's an interesting idea. But it would require... But there's no way I can get the Germans to prepare for a war that quickly. Like, Ukraine could prove to be useful. Russia's already putting troops back on the border, which is a little bit upsetting. But I was just thinking, like, if we just could win a war easily against them. I mean, at some point we're going to go to war with the Russians, for sure. No question about that. Still don't know why I get a claim on this territory, seeing as the fact that I do not actually border it at all, but that is fine. Do I have any claims on any of this other territory? I do not. We have until March. Okay, so soon enough know a little bit more about the British military situation, which is what we want to know about. The American Civil War. American Union State looks like they've kind of lost a step. The combined syndicates are doing pretty good. Canada, if you were to be willing to attack the CSA... Oh, they prevailed. Okay, so... Ukraine is out of the Reichspakt. Which I think is actually pretty dangerous for us, so we're going to immediately transfer our troops onto the Ukrainian border. Not helping out Belarus, obviously. But just in case, because they can join the International. Oh wait, never mind. They're back to being the kingdom. They've purged. Okay, never mind. Things are actually going fantastic. So go put our troops back. They're purging the leftists, which I think works out well for us. Leader's plan. Thank you. So thank you, Vassal the First, for helping us out here. Can I request like people from Hungary? Yeah, that gives 123,000 manpower, which is nice. Thank you, Hungary, for that. I mean, I am still worried about Ukrainian partisans in Eastern Galicia. That's incredibly rude. Our stability is still completely shit. Like, it's been bad for a long, long time. Centaur can occupy territories 14%. Is there anything I can even do to actually boost stability? Oh, do I have any? Do I have anything that's harming stability? The answer is no in here. Political power, political power. I mean, you're 5% stability, which you probably actually do want to take then. Suffrage is political power costs going down. And you're a new constitution. So you know what? Let's make our way down towards this new constitution. Seems good to us. We have a decent amount of equipment, so I think we want to kind of start focusing a little bit more on we have a few light tanks. Let's make some tank divisions. Are you guys light tanks? You are, so let's just produce, let's just say 2 units worth. Like, how many tanks are required? 180? Let's say we'll have 3 light tank divisions in Warsaw. Deploy those guys as soon as they're able to. Luckily, we have enough to at least deploy 1 tank division. I mean, it's going to be, like, really shitty. It's not going to be a good tank division, but it is better than nothing. For economy and agriculture. Italian railways. Okay, we got slightly better tanks. I mean, that's good. As long as we're, getting our tanks, might as well get the best ones we possibly can. I mean, attacking Russia, there's no way Germany's going to put as many men on this front line as we possibly need. And that's the issue here, is that I don't believe Germany will actually support us as much as we need them to against the Russians. Because we need Russia on some sort of major front. I mean, they can attack us pretty easily, right? Against the Caucasus. Really, Brest-Litov. I mean, they'd have to try to attack the Reichspark before even trying to attack the Japanese. We're kind of actually at a disadvantage. Like, they're more likely to kill us than they are to kill Japan, so... What can... They're doing Central Asia. At some point, they'll go into the Caucasus. Maybe Germany will try to stop them from doing that. I'm not too sure. The Don-Cuban Union. You don't have a focus trade, do you? The answer is no. But I have seen you in the past join the Reichspark. At least I'm pretty sure I've seen that happen. Okay, so are you going to just attack the Lash Orda? You have Casus Belli against them, so I wouldn't be surprised. Like, Russia, you actually, you know you helped them out, right? Like, you allowed Lash Orda to win even easier than they would have otherwise. Kind of your own fault. Okay, so got Insulucia. They're trying to attack the Dutch Indies. They haven't joined a faction quite yet. We'll see kind of what they do. I'm not actually too sure what position I want them to take. Because it's either they join the Entente, which kind of sucks for us, or they join the Reichspakt, which means that Germany's going to send troops to Indonesia, which does not help us in the slightest. God, France has so many divisions. Is there even a place... Like, their weak points are actually down here, but they have level 4 forts, which are going to be a nightmare to break through. But if we attack with a full-strength army... Like, it's only a 20% penalty. It is across the river, though. You'd be at 30% penalty, but you would not cross the river. Just trying to smash our way through, like, a motorized division and a militia. It's hard to say for sure. Okay, so we know a little bit more about you. 29%, 22 to 62 divisions. I mean, we could just do it again. Am I missing a spy? I feel like I had 5. I guess I don't have 5. Okay, so you go back to building a network in London. You can go back to building a network. There's no way I can, like... Yeah, build a network close to the front line. Okay, Honduras has capitulated. That's probably good for us, because it means there's going to be, like, one less person in the International in the future. Resistance is pretty low here, but we're using like 2 of our agents to try to suppress resistance in these territories. So it's like very, very expensive right now. Well, compliance is going up. Factories, worker population, and then you are it's a collaborative regime. I don't know if I actually want that to happen though. Right now you're civilian oversight. How much does this grow? Because I mean, are you growing? 9.8%. I don't believe so. I think it is dropping. Or at least it's static. Base value 35, resistance target of 9%. Okay, I mean, it seems fine so far. So you are now a puppet of Serbia. Okay. Does mean the Belgrade Pact's a little bit stronger than it would otherwise be. We're going to keep going our way down here. I mean, we already got a 5% stability boost in a way. I mean, our stability is still absolutely terrible. Get a recruitable population up. You are a tank? No, you're just another infantry division. Okay, well, we'll keep deploying you here. I only want 5 divisions. Leaving for England. I mean, they don't have that many men. So on, if it, like a day 1. Not enough intel. So I'm guessing these are probably trade routes they have then. So they're trading with Argentina. They're trading with CNT. Well, okay, that's an interesting way to go about it, but sure. And trading with the CSA. Not a huge surprise there. I guess they can't send supplies through Gibraltar. I mean, we do want CNT to lose. How many men do you guys have? 9 to 57 divisions. So we actually have really no actual idea. They just have a lot. More than I would like. So we did get at least 1 dock here to up. Let's start producing some convoys. Because we do need more than 35, I would imagine. Defense ship, Oak Creek. What's the cheapest ship here? Production cost is 5,600. I'm assuming you'd be the cheapest then, right? We don't need all this fancy shit. In fact, we don't need most of this. Just whatever the bare minimum is. Doesn't need armor. Does need an engine. Anti-submarine. You know, we'll just make it just level 1s here, I guess. You know, put some mines on it. Why not? Shitty engines are okay. We'll save that. I just want to be able to produce at least a boat. It's going to take until 1941 for us to have our first ship. Well, that is a while. Like, our, this Navy stuff, it doesn't give us... Like, we don't just get free boats out of it. No. I mean, the dockyards are nice. But most of it's kind of garbage. And are these all 35, 56? Still take a while for these to actually get going as well. So we'll get our guarantees here. Like, getting a naval build up seems like a good idea. Go for integrated 2 armies. I'm going to Polish infrastructure. Was it the Lithuanian Air Force that I think was better? Close air support, tactical bomber, or strategic bomber and heavy fighters. I mean, I could just ignore both of these. Unless these, you know, these might not even work. If the consequences aren't actually programmed in. I'm sure they are. But there's a slight chance they aren't. We're using our better stuff here, and I got better breakthrough as well. 0.2 and 0.9. So that's decent. A nice little upgrade for our stuff. And that's multiplied, I'm pretty sure, by like every single army in the group, so seems pretty okay to me. And are you at war with everybody? The answer is yes, so there's no way you're going to win that. And does Bulgaria just stay a puppet of Serbia? I assume so. Again, we're hoping that Serbia doesn't just declare war on us, because they can. And by that I mean they declare war on like our puppet states, so it's still like not fantastic. I'd prefer if they just didn't do that. The Russians fighting the Last Horda. Honestly, I don't really think they're doing that great of a job. They're doing okay, but they could be doing a lot better. DFC to 178. 127 divisions. Basically, like, no planes. They have 60 ships. But they're, honestly, like, they're not that great. Don't have enough military experience to do anything here. You're making our ships better. Like, this is just flat damage for basically everything. Marines. I could make some Marines. Yeah, let's research those. I'm not too sure if they'll be ready in time for the war, though. I mean, I hope so. Yeah, CNT is still doing a pretty decent job. Apparently, they have zero opinion of me. Base of 0. There's not even like a debuff of the different ideology. It's just a base of 0 for some reason. Maybe because it's like a spawned-in tag. I'm not too sure. The Ottoman Empire is doing pretty good. They'll probably be winning that war in due time. The Last Horda is losing the front up here. You have gone for the war economy. That makes sense. I do think the war economy typically is just the best one. Or actually, it looks like they've actually changed it. Factory output actually goes down, interestingly enough. So actually, it might not be the best one. Well, that's actually 6 military or 6 civilian factories, which is pretty good. Cheaper infantry equipment is also pretty nice. 4 military factories. You know what? I mean, it's still pretty decent. Ireland has joined up with the Reichspakt. That does theoretically give us another point of invasion. Like, just quickly go from, like, Northern Ireland to Belfast into near Glasgow into Scotland. But there's nothing, like, important in Scotland, right? Like, Scotland's just kind of, it's just there. So, factory goods going down. I mean, it's nice. Building slots, I don't care about that, like, too much. You know, let's join the Kaiserreich Society. Maybe get a nice research boost out of that. And when will you guys be deploying? You'll be deploying in September of this year. What about our, like, actual tank division that can actually maybe do something here? Be ready in October. Okay. Well, I'm ready for this war. I don't know about Germany and I don't know about everybody else, but I am ready to go. Like, are you having problems here? Like, you shouldn't be, right? Because it's all core territory. I believe so, at least. I believe that's how it kind of works here. You got 90 divisions, mostly infantry, 27 with artillery. Okay. Vistula. The action of the Ukrainian terrorists has become intolerable. A proposed Operation Vistula to counteract the terrorists is to install military checkpoints in Galicia and regulate movement of the people. Should we enact this proposal? I don't know if I can lose 30% stability. This is a bad idea. I'm not going to do it. It might have given us cores in all the territory, which would have freed up 2 operatives, but I really don't know. It also might have just had a break on an open revolt, which doesn't seem like a benefit to me. That seems only like a loss. Felix Khan has died. Today, longtime syndicalist agitator Felix was confirmed to have passed overnight to national causes. I mean, that seems good for us, right? I don't know if I care about that guy at all. But I do think it's going to be a good time to end this episode. So thanks everybody for watching. My name's been Anthem. If you've enjoyed, more thumbs up. Not enjoying, throw a thumbs down. You want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.